Yo, yo, yo. What's the dealio, man? What's the dealio, y'all? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Hey, listen. If you guys are just tuning in, say what's up in the comments. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. All right. If y'all made money off any of the call outs, the breakdowns, be sure to drop it in the comments. Right? Say what's up. And we gonna get this thing popping, man. Best Beezy, what up? How you feeling? What up, Henry? He said, I am wealthy. That's right. That's right. What up, y'all? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Listen, we got a lot to talk about, okay? So if you guys made money off of what we talked about last night, please drop it in the comments. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from as well, all right? And also be sure to like this video. You already know the drill, man. By the time we get off this live, let's make sure we get 100 likes on this video. All right? What up, Shiley? QTZ. What up, Chaos? Hey, we good, man. It was a beautiful day in the market, right? It was a beautiful day holistically. So, and listen, I got a new microphone, all right? I got a new microphone. If y'all can hear me crystal clear, let me know. And also let me know, is the audio better now than it's been, right? I got a brand new microphone. Y'all see the little furry thing right here. Okay, so let me know how the audio sounds. Does it sound better than it's been sounding? Right? So what up, Alchemist? The sniper himself. What up, Mike? Michael, how you doing? Hey, where the profits at? I know you smacking the market. I want you to share them profits, man. Pam, what's up? Lovely 777. What up? Reggie, what's up? What up, Jerry? Shout out to Culture. Shout out to Orlando. Kelton from Seattle, smacking Apple like it's nothing, man. All right. Hey, if you guys are just tuning in, be sure to like this video real quick. All right. When we come on these lives, let's like this video. Let's get this video to 100 likes real quick. You already know we're gonna go over SPY. We're gonna go over IWM. We're gonna find some setups for tomorrow to trade. Okay. And we're gonna go over a whole of market analysis as well. All right, y'all know how we get down. So y'all know I'm gonna deliver and I'm gonna give you guys everything you need. All right. Email Samels, what's up? Good day from Mississippi. Shout out to Mississippi. All right. With SPY and IWM, I got puts on both. Absolutely. Shout out to that. What up, Brittany? BC with the big smile. How you feeling? He said it's about the same. I might be slightly better before. Oh, dang. That's crazy. So listen, it's gotta be y'all YouTube, right? This is brand new. So I got the little furry thing on it. So it basically cancels out all the excess noise. So that's that. Okay. What up, LaRue? How you feeling? Elroy said still a little low. Memphis in the building. What's up, Memphis? What up, Raisha? How you doing? She said no, it was better before. I always have my TV volume on 9 and I hear you clear. Today is 20 just to hear a little bit. All right, so let me do this. Let me take this off. Can y'all hear me better now? If y'all can hear me better now, let me know, okay? If y'all hear me better now, let me know. What else we got? What up, Joy? How you doing? First day in the Discord. I was not disappointed. There we go. Listen, all I'm going to do is over-deliver, right? All we going to do is over-deliver. Yes, it sounds great at this moment. There we go. He said, all as you're coming in, ticket, hit the like button. Yeah, hit that like button. All right, what's up, Doc? How you feeling? What up, Drez? Dr. V in the building. What's up, y'all? All right, so listen, we're going to go over SPY. We're going to go over IW, and we're going to go over the market in general, okay? And then we're going to find some setups. We're going to go fishing. We're going to find some setups. You guys already know I'm going to give you the levels. I'm going to give you guys the exact levels to get in the calls to the upside and to get in puts to the downside on SPY, IWM, and the stocks that we're looking at. All right? So we got, so let's see what we got. I can hear you loud and clear. Culture, okay, I can hear you. Fresh Coins Crystalline. What up, Swell Hunter? Fine either way. Sherry. It was a fur problem. So it's the fur. Okay, so now we know it's the fur. You sound good either way. Okay, we make bread. Yeah, we make bread every single day, y'all. All right, so check this out, y'all. Let's get it popping. All right, for everybody that's new, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right, every day I'm changing lives, right? That's what we do over here on this YouTube channel. We change lives, all right? Stock market, personal development, self-help, all of that stuff, right? Money, we gonna do it all right? So be sure to like this video real quick, okay? Subscribe to the channel, and let's get it popping. All right. Jay Reeves in the building. You coming through loud and clear. Okay. What's up, Jay Reeves? Jersey. Not Jay Reeves, Jersey. Kevin from Jersey. So shout out to Jersey, man. Shout out to the East Coast. I know it's cold out there. I know it's snowing. All right. So Raleigh. Shout out to Raleigh, North Carolina. That's where my uncle live at. All right. So look, let's go over SPY first. Okay. We're going to go over SPY first. All right. What up, Adam? How you feeling? All right, y'all. What up, Davita from Austin, Texas? She said, I joined the TPC today. I love the structure. I can't wait to learn more. There we go. Listen, we gonna get it popping, right? Everybody, listen. Everybody who joins the Prosperity Collective, y'all life is gonna change. It's the last Discord you ever gonna need, right? All I can say is be sure to engage, ask the questions, and take the course/curriculum. All right. So let's get it popping. All right. So right here, let's go back. All right. So we got SPY, right? So we got the SPY. So let's go to the daily on SPY. Now let's really look. Okay. So we came down, and what did I say? We could bounce, we could come down. Excuse me. Now, we gapped down today, but we broke this bottom right here of this one candle, right? We broke the bottom of the one candle, right? So, we broke that. Let's go to the 30-minute real quick. Let's see what happened. All right. So yesterday's low was right here. Boom. Yesterday's low was right here. So we broke below the low, and then we came down. Came all the way down here, right? 3 bar, 1 candle, and then 2, right? We kind of consolidated, and then we came down, right? We had one more big candle. So we came down here, and then we recovered right here. All right? So that's what the day looked like. Now, so when we go to the daily, okay, what up, Trees? What up, 808? Have to go out. My sick girl got to bed. Catch a replay. Okay. All right. Have a good one, Adam. All right. So for tomorrow, so we closed right here at 678.87, right? This is where we closed at, right? Because we closed right here at 678.87, right? We already came down, okay? We already came down today, and then we recovered. So, but we closed below this 21 EMA right here, right? And we still got this fair value gap right here, okay? So, it would kind of be a long way to, like, depending on where we open at tomorrow, it would kind of be a long way from 678 down to 674 to say entering the puts below 674.93. But that is one level I do want you to pay attention to, because we always have to pay attention to the previous day's lows and the previous day highs. Always, right? No matter what, we have to pay attention to the previous day low and the previous day high, right? No matter what. So I'm going to give you guys a couple levels for SPY. The reason why I'm giving you multiple levels is because we have big wicks, right? This is a lot of buying pressure right here, right? And this is a good amount of selling pressure right here, right? So it is a lot of failed 2 downs on the charts, but we got to see because we got to see if we're really going to come up. We could bounce, but we have to ask ourselves, is this just a bounce? Or is this a trend reversal and we're going to start going back up to where we just came from, depending on what stock we're looking at, right? So let's focus on right here first. So we got 674.93. Okay. This is going to be a big level right here that I want you guys to pay attention to. All right. 674.93. 674.93. Okay. So we're going to say puts below 674.93, right? Now, if we get below 674.93, we have 673. We could come down. We have a lot of room to come down too, right? Because we don't really have any support, right? Outside of these buyers sitting in this area right here, we could come down to like 664, right? We could come down to 664. So if we get below 674.93, my next area would be like 673.42. Okay, so we're going to say downside levels. And it's going to be 673.34. All right. And then I told you guys 670, right? I told you guys 670. All right. Now, let's say we do end up coming down to 670. Below 670, we could come down to 664. Right? 664.67. 57. All right. So these are some downside levels to pay attention to, right? Now, let's go back to the 30-minute real quick. All right. So let me go to the hourly, actually. Go to the hourly. All right. So when I'm looking at the hourly, let me show you guys something right here, okay? So I want you guys to do this with me if you want. We're going to go right here. We're going to create this little trend line right here, okay? Now, boom, we got a trend line right there, right? And then we have like a trend line here, right? And then you could say to like right here. All right. So this is a little trend channel right here, right? On SPY on the hourly time frame. So as you can see, we came up, we rejected at the top of this trend. We created a lower high, okay? So the SPY is currently in a downtrend, right? We're looking at the hourly right now. So we came up here, created a lower high. Let me break this down. Right here, okay? Right here is a lower high. Right? Lower high. Okay? So, always remember, I'm going to write this down for you guys to take notes as well. Okay? In an uptrend, let me, I think my computer froze real quick. Let's go back to it. All right, perfect. All right, so we got a lower high right here, right? What's up, Sean? How you doing? What's up, Neek? How you doing? What up, Steve? One Path, what's up? It's all good that you late, right? You ain't got to be on time, right? We all got lives. I appreciate everybody who is tuning in and tapping in. Today, when I marked the high and the low of the first 15-minute candle on TradingView, it was in a different spot from Webull. Webull is slightly faster than TradingView and shows you the candle first. Oh, okay, that's what's up. All right, so like I said, we got a lower high right here, okay? So always remember, in an uptrend, you're going to have an uptrend equals higher lows and higher highs, okay? And a downtrend equals lower lows and lower highs. Okay? So keep this in mind, right? In a uptrend, you're going to have higher lows and higher highs. And in a downtrend, you're going to have lower lows and lower highs, right? So right here, we have a lower high, okay? And we have a lower low. So this is currently a downtrend on SPY, right? We came up here, we came down. So we could come down to about like I say, 674, which is yesterday's low, right? Well, today's low. And we could come down a little bit lower, maybe to that 673 that I said, right? And then we could bounce and then come up here to like 677 and create a lower high once again. Now, if we break out of this channel right here, then I would say we could enter into calls because we're breaking out of this downtrend channel right here to the upside. Okay. So we have to get above today's high, which is going to be 678. Let's see. We got to get above 681, but we could say even like 678, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say calls above 681.09. Okay. Calls above 681.09. But based off this hourly downtrend channel, right? If we break out of this channel right here, right? So if we get above if we get above 679.03, you could also enter in the calls. Okay? So okay. Calls above 679.03 and then calls above 681.09. All right. 679.03 would be breaking out of this downtrend channel on the hourly. 681.09 would be breaking above the high of day today. Okay. If we break above the high of day today, over the next 1 to 2 days, maybe 3 days, we could come all the way up to 685 and then potentially 688. All right. Now, are we going to do that? I don't know. I'm giving you guys the game plan for both directions. Right. And whenever you have a big wick, right, like a big range for the day, what usually happens is you have to pay attention to multiple levels because it's not just they close at 680 and then the high of day is 681 and we can say calls above 681, right? So this is a big range. We got 681 all the way down to 674. That's a $7 range, okay? So we could potentially consolidate as well, right? So what I want you guys to focus on tomorrow is at the high of day at the 681.09. If we reject there, you can also enter into puts to the downside. And if we come down to 674.93 and we bounce, you can also enter into calls to the upside. So the only place you should enter into calls is if we break above the high of the day, right? And calls up here, or if we come down here and we bounce and then we come back inside the range, okay? So don't enter into calls if it's at 679. Don't enter into calls if it's at 677. This is how you get cooked, all right? Make sure you're entering in the calls or puts at the proper respective area so you're not getting cooked, okay? You want to enter in the puts if we reject at resistance or enter in the puts if we break below the low of day, all right? Let me know if that makes sense, y'all. Let me know if that makes sense. Okay, that is the SPY. That's the breakdown for SPY. All right. That would be nice. These visuals and explanations really help. I got you, Jamila. All right, we got to get you to that 50K. You know what I'm saying? What up, John? Do you only do the trend lines on the hour? I'll do it on a daily sometimes, but the hourly, I like doing the trend lines on the hourly because it helps with like just day trades and kind of seeing things. I like that time frame the best. Will failed to ups to be more significant in a downtrend? Absolutely, right? So in an uptrend, failed to downs are more prominent. In a downtrend, failed to ups are more prominent. And when I say prominent, what I'm meaning is that would take priority in my mind, right? When I'm looking at, if we're in a downtrend and I see a failed to up, I'm going to take that. If we're in an uptrend and I see a failed to down, I'm going to take that because we're playing a game of probabilities, right? We're playing a game of probabilities. All right. So absolutely, Alchemist. All right. Hey, I was gonna say that as well, DJ. Right? It looks like a falling wedge as well because it is getting a little bit smaller, right? So we could come down a little bit more, maybe go up and down like one or two more times, and then squeeze at the bottom, and then we could blast off to the upside, and that could be the rally, right? And the rally is the Santa rally. So that's also a possibility. Okay. Did we all like the video yet? If not, smash the button. Yeah, if you guys are just now tuning in, be sure to like this video. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel, okay? Every single day, I'm bringing you guys life-changing videos, and we do an analysis of the stock market on live every single day, all right? Looks like we got a bullish setup on Robinhood, ready to rock it. What you think based on your method? I'll break that down in a few, Sean. Just give me a little bit of time and we'll go over Hood, okay? They did have a nice day today, all right? Makes sense, makes sense. Oh, yeah. Hey, this is not financial advice, y'all. All right, if you guys want financial advice, professional, go see a licensed financial advisor in your area, all right? Hey, shout out to Dr. V for making sure we stay solid on that, all right? What up, Motorcycle? How you doing? She said, that's what happened with yeah, we about to go over IWM as well. Okay. I like the retest around the failed twos. That's some sauce right there, Marquin. That's some sauce right there. FOMO in before the entry points, you will get cooked. Absolutely. Absolutely. What up, Andres? How you feeling? All right, y'all. So we just went over SPY. Now we're going to go over my baby, right? I work miracles, right? So let's go over IWM real quick. And also, if you guys are tuning in, man, and you haven't, drop it in the comments where y'all tuning in from. All right? Because this channel is growing. It's growing rapidly. I want to know who's watching. I want to know what area of the country y'all are in because you never know. I might pop up and be like, hey, y'all, let's have a meetup. Right? So be sure to let me know where y'all tuning in from. Because if I keep seeing the same city, I'm probably going to end up coming out there. Right? And y'all, and if you don't tell me where you at, then, I'm not going to come out there. Okay? Just locked in with you. Let's get it. What's up, Skeet Crane? How you feeling? All right, y'all. So let's go over IWM. All right. Also, listen, nobody put it in the comments who hit some plays today, right? Apple. I call Apple. I hit Apple. The Discord hit Apple, right? Who else did we hit? Obviously, IWM, right? Who did y'all hit? Who y'all made money with, right? We got to celebrate. We didn't even get a chance to celebrate yet. All right, so if you made bread today in the market based on what we was talking about yesterday, drop it in the comments, okay? Blazing Dude said, Omaha, Nebraska. Hey, you playing. You playing. Shout out to Florida, Monica. We all from Detroit. He really is, though. Be ready to eat some seafood when you make it to Kona. Hey, I'm going to think about it 808 for real. Because I know that seafood in Hawaii is nice and fresh. Shout out to Miami. Alchemist, he hit AMD. Marquin been hitting SPY every day. Patty said Nashville. Hunts Vegas. What we got? Apple, IWM and AMD, Youngstown, Ohio. Yeah, we got some killers in here. We got some snipers in here, man. All right. Shout out to Phoenix. I was just in Phoenix for a couple months this summer. I almost did a event out there too. So I might come back because I really like Phoenix a lot. I hit IWM puts for 60%. There you go, Jerry. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Helene, Miami, Florida. All right, so let's go back to IWM. Well, let's go to IWM and let's break it down based on what happened today, and then what happened, what's gonna happen tomorrow. Okay. Jamila said, I hate asking because you give so much at the end. If you get time, can you check Johnson? Oh yeah, I said I was gonna do that yesterday. Yeah, remind me if I don't go over Johnson & Johnson. Remind me, even if you gotta do it 4 times in the comments, and I'll go over J&J. All right, because I said I was gonna do that yesterday. All right, my bad about that. Detroit, really the majority. It is a lot of people from Detroit, but we can't do Detroit around this time of year. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to show me some love in the summertime if I come to Detroit. Y'all got to make sure I don't get messed with, you know what I'm saying, how it be out there. I know they be saying it's crazy. All right. Callie Nola said she hit IWM 3 times. I hit Apple, right? Neek said Houston. Okay. It's a lot of people in Houston that be following, so I'm gonna really mess with Houston. I got something special for Houston as well. I was sure it's gonna go to 116 this week. Okay, we'll go over J&J. Raisha, IWM and Google. Drez, IWM and Apple. IWM twice, Davita. Okay, y'all killing it. Y'all going crazy in the comments. Spy was good because of you yesterday. Shout out to that Skeet Crane. IWM, Tesla, and Spy. I love Kona, my favorite place outside of LA. Possible, can we review Reddit? Okay, remind me later on. The culture is growing in Phoenix and we'd love to have you back. Maybe we could do an event out there. Because I was already in motion. Our IWM was quick. I didn't get a chance. I know I was in and out of IWM this morning fast. I was probably in that trade for less than 3 minutes. All right. He said heaven on earth. Okay, Mark Quinn. You gonna be my point of contact. I'll come to Detroit. All right. So let's go back to IWM real quick, y'all. All right. Let's go to IWM and we gonna break this down like Charlie Brown. All right. Flint, Michigan. Shout out to Flint. Shout out to DMV. All right. So IWM, y'all. All right. So this is how we're going to make money with IWM tomorrow. Okay. So IWM, they came down, 2 down candle, right? They gapped down today, right? They gapped down. So we got a 2 down candle. What did I tell you guys? Hold on. What did I tell y'all yesterday? What did I tell you? I said we got this 250 area, right? I said if we come below 250, we could come around like 248-ish, right? I said I wouldn't be too bearish because we could bounce and we have a lot of buyers in this area, right? Do y'all remember me saying that? If y'all remember me saying that, let me know, okay? I said we could come down about 248-ish if we get below 250. And I said 250 was that level to pay attention to, right? Let's go to the 30-minute, right? If we go to the 30-minute time frame, where is 250 at? Look what happened once we broke below 250. Failed to up, 1 candle, whack. Came right back down, right? Came right down, came down to this order block right here, okay? Then it bounced, came down, bounced, and it went up, all right? So there was areas to get into puts, okay? I made bread off of when I got into my put, it was right here. I saw all these wicks right here. Okay? I saw this candle right here. No. It was off of this candle. It was a failed 2 up right here. Right? This was my entry. I saw a failed 2 up. I took entry when it broke. It came down here and I got out. Right? I didn't feel like waiting for it to come all the way down here. I had a date with the gym. All right. So I was trying to hit the gym. Right? But we hit this one right here. And then I hit that apple. Okay. So 250 was a level today. And then it did what it did today. Okay. So now, when we're looking at for tomorrow, we're going to be looking at 248.51, okay? So we're going to say puts below 248.51. All right. Puts below 248.51. Now, this is a bounce area, right? They closed at 249.90, right? Let's see where IWM is at right now in after hours real quick. Let's see where they at. IWM is at IWM is at 249.67, right? 249.67. So if they get below 248.51, then we could be coming down. Now, be careful because we do have, this is a fair value gap as well, right? This is a fair value gap. So we really have to get down to 247.45, right? So the next area of interest is 247.45, okay? 247.45. So if we get below 248.51, we could be coming down to about 247.45, right? Now, if we get below 247.45, then that's when you're going to see us come down. We could come all the way down to 245, okay? Next area. Interest. Screen. Next area of interest is going to be 245. Okay? 245. All right? So, if we come below 248.51, we could come to about 247.45, this fair value gap right here. If we break below that with force, then we could be coming down to 245. All right? Now, if we come down to 247.45 and we start to come up some, that means that we're going to bounce and then we could be coming right back to the upside, okay? This is not like a confirmation candle to go to the upside. So I think that we could come to the downside and then tomorrow we could create a failed 2 down on the daily and then it could try to push up going into CPI on Thursday, all right? If we close on a failed 2 down tomorrow, then that would lead me to believe that CPI's data is going to be good and it's going to be bullish for the market to go up. All right. So now if we get above 252.14, then calls. Okay. So calls above 252. I'll say 17 to be on the safe side. Okay. Calls above 252.17, but let me be clear, all right? We got this fair value gap right here. So really, we got to get above about 253 to really go higher, right? So be careful on calls, right? We could reject that 253. So we got to get above 253 to go higher, okay? So if you get in calls here, it might be a small move, or it could potentially be a strong move to the upside and push through this liquidity right here. Okay? So let me know if that makes sense on IWM. If IWM breakdown makes sense, let me know in the comments. All right? Yeah, Sean, Santa Rally setting up. Yeah, I think I think that I've been saying this all week. I think that we're getting set up to go higher for the Santa Rally for the last 10 to 12 days of the year. All right. But let me know if that makes sense. Shout out to Detroit. Khalil, he in Detroit as well. He said, just stay downtown and you'll be good. Okay. He said, I'm going to come out west before the year ends. You got 10 days, Best B. Right? You got to hurry up. Or you talking about next year? What else? Who else? No, from yesterday, exactly what you did. Like magic. Look at Marvel. Where's Marvel at? Let's see where Marvel is at. Who caught Marvel? MRVL. I caught that yesterday too. That thing did what it did too. Let's look at MRVL in after hours. MRVL. Where you at? Oh, they blasting to the upside. Okay, okay. So let's see what happened with MRVL. I caught MRVL this morning and yesterday. What's up, Phoenix Flower? All right. Listen, let's break this down. Okay. MRVL. Okay. Oh, it had a failed two down, right? Had a failed two down. That's why it's coming up. We had a failed two down right here, right? Now look, I told you guys puts below 83.67. It came all the way down to 82.20, right? I saw Best B hit 100% on MRVL today, right? Yeah, he got 117% on puts, right? I listen, y'all. I give you guys these levels. I give you guys a setup. I even tell you how to trade it, right? There's no way you could lose when you following me, right? Because one thing we're going to do is we're going to get some money together, right? I could be paying attention to too many things and miss out on it. But if y'all catch it, then we good, right? I don't need to catch everything. You see what I'm saying? So people better get their capital ready. He said before the year end, meant to say before 2030. Hey, Noah, you funny. All right, so we good. So if you guys are just tuning in, be sure to like this video. All right, like this video real quick, okay? And also subscribe to the YouTube channel. Every day, I'm bringing some heat for you guys. And in the evening times, I go live and we go over the charts. We go over the market and what we're going to be looking for trading on the next day. All right. You said Mike tripping? You said Mike tripping? It don't look like it's tripping. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? If you guys can hear me, let me know. All right. If y'all can hear me, let me know. All right. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Check. Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? So Dr. V could hear. Hold on. This is crazy. Hold on 1 second. Y'all can't hear me, huh? Okay. So watch this. Hold on 1 second, y'all. So can y'all hear me? Yes or no? Now, yes, you could hear me, or no, you can't. Loud and clear. Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, it's y'all app. All right. So, all right, cool. So I'll check out UNH in a minute. All right, cool. So he said, yeah, don't assume that a standing rally is just gonna come. Yeah, nah, for sure, right? Don't assume, right? Always pay attention to price action. There's a reason why I haven't entered into any swing calls. I just been day trading, right? If you guys are in a collective, have you noticed that I've been done in the first 30 minutes and gone about my day? Have y'all noticed that? Right? The reason is because we are kind of consolidating. A lot of premiums are getting burned, right? A lot of premiums right now are getting burned because all we're doing is going up and down, right? Testing in the same area, right? So, yeah, it's y'all app. Okay, it's y'all app. So make sure you guys are waiting for confirmations off of the daily time frame if you guys want to swing trade. Don't just get in the trade because the stock came down and you think it's gonna retrace. All right? Let's be smart about our decisions and let's be smart about when we enter in these trades. Okay? Um, you might want to swing UNH. Yeah, we'll look at UNH in a minute. Okay. So we went over uh SPY and IWM. Now we're gonna go fishing. All right, we're gonna go fishing and we're gonna find some setups for tomorrow. We're gonna find some setups for tomorrow, what I'm looking at. All right. So, and we're gonna go over UNH as well, user. Whoever you are, right? Because all I see is user. All right. Um, so let's go. Let's go to the charts and let's go find some setups for tomorrow. All right. And I'm gonna go over hood as well. We're gonna look at UNH also. Boom. All right, cool. All right. All right. It's not time yet. Yeah, it's definitely choppy. Right? It's definitely choppy. Literally, like, yo, it's so important to know when is the time to day trade and when is it time to swing trade. Okay. Like, or when is it time to add swing trades? It's always time to day trade because, stocks could go up and down and you can make money. But if you're not seeing trends or if you're seeing like a lot of like, if we're inside of an area where it's a lot of buyers and sellers, then like you got to wait until one side gives and a trend starts to form or it goes in that direction, right? Don't just swing trade because a stock came down and that's it, right? So just like make sure y'all pay attention to that. Okay. So CNC is the one I've been all over it. What's his name? Read the rest of his name. No, Noah. All right, so let's go right here. All right, so we got Intel. It could bounce here, but I don't like this setup really. We got OKLO. OKLO is on a failed 2 down, so I'm gonna just put that there. So we're gonna put OKLO. Failed 2 down. Okay. Hood, they had a nice day today. Okay, so all right. So the only thing with Robinhood, let me see where they are on the weekly. On the weekly, I think depending on how we close this week, Robinhood could go absolutely crazy. All right. Next week, Robinhood could go crazy and retrace this whole candle. Right. If we close, hold on. Let me see. Go here. 1 second, y'all. This is loading. All right. If we close on a failed 2 down here on a weekly, Robinhood is going to go crazy. But what do we have to do? We have to get above the previous month's low, right? Which is right here. We got to get above 120. If we close above 121, then Robinhood is going to go crazy next week. All right. But on the daily, we got this fair value gap right here. So it could get some liquidity. So realistically, we need to get above 122.37 on Hood tomorrow. As you can see today, they came up, but they rejected at yesterday's high, right? They rejected at yesterday's high. So, and let's look at the 30-minute. 30-minute, they came up, rejected, tried to come up again, right? So we got this order block right here on the 30-minute time frame. So if we get above 121, we can enter into some calls, ride it up slightly. We do got an order block up here to 125, but based off of the daily time frame, we do need to get above 122.37. Okay. So for Hood, we need to get above 122.37. on a daily to really go crazy to the upside. All right. Me personally, I don't like this setup for tomorrow, so I'm not gonna put it on my list. But on the weekly, I do like the setup, but we just gotta see how it closes on the weekly tomorrow. All right. Um, Also, I've been saying this all week, right? It's only Tuesday, but I've been saying this all week, right? We have CPI on Thursday. So what does this mean? We are going to get a gap up or a gap down on Thursday, right? Listen to what I'm saying. Tomorrow is going to trap a lot of people, okay? Tomorrow is going to trap a lot of people, right? Because what if we come down some more, right? Sean saying if Nku breaks through 25,400 and holds Santa coming in town tonight, okay, perfect. But we do have CPI on Thursday. So it's either going to support bullish momentum or it's going to trap people and gap down. And if like NQ and futures are still up, it's going to bear trap people and then we're going to go up. But I want everybody to know that we have data coming out on Thursday. I don't want nothing to be a surprise to y'all. Okay? I don't want nothing to be a surprise to y'all. I want you guys to remember the economic data, right? And the days was coming out because you don't want to be surprised off of that. All right? If you guys are just now tuning in, be sure to like this video, y'all. Okay? Like this video. Also subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay? So, this week I guarantee it pulls back significantly before Friday. That's when you will see the vision. UNH next week might be the time to put in for the swing this week, not for a chance, not a chance. Okay. MSOS, Tilray, Hood, Netflix. All these might go dummy before the end of the year. Yeah, I think Hood is gearing up to go crazy. That's what I'm seeing. Just based off the weekly. I'm the user. Oh, okay. How you say that? Well, you can't tell me, but Laez Bear. I think that's French, ain't it? Trump talking about rescheduling tree is gonna be sent. Oh yeah. Trump trying to make marijuana stocks go crazy. Plant say I made 1,000 on Meta. Hey, shout out to that. Shout out to that. Reason why? Because smart money is hedged both ways. They don't know the future, but this will trap with violent moves. Bingo. Right? Liked and subscribe. One of the best channels, honest content. Hey, I appreciate that, right? Listen, I'm not a bull and I'm not a bear. I'm a trader, right? That's how I look at it, right? I'm gonna give you guys a well-rounded analysis of the market, right? I don't really care what direction the market goes. Now that I understand how the market works, I don't care the direction. All I care about is a direction so I can make money when I'm trading. Y'all see how that go? So appreciate that. Prince money in both directions, but being careful is essential. Absolutely. Right. I was about to swing it, but Hood premiums was pricey even for, yeah, Hood. Listen, when I used to swing Hood, I could get 3 months out for like $400, right? All the time. All the time. I used to swing Hood all the time. 2-3 months out, $300, $400. Now, 3 months out, a Hood contract is going to hit you for $1,000, $1,200, $1,500, right? When stocks start going up like that, I just be day trading them, right? Unless I see a really good setup. But me personally, I love trading stocks with lower premiums, right? And I can maximize that earning potential. But I personally don't like paying high for premiums, right? Tesla prepare for a possible move down before all-time highs to gap fill. Lazy Bear, I'm assuming. Yeah, like it's fair, it's chill. I'm chill about it all in French. Oh, okay. We have over 100 in here right now. Yeah, let's get these likes up, y'all. All right, we going fishing right now. We finding some setups for tomorrow. All right. As long as we know the levels and direction, it don't matter. Exactly. Right. It does not matter. Right. So let's go back to Hood. All right. So we got Dale. I called Dale yesterday as well, y'all, right? I don't know if y'all remember. We had this one bar I said it could bounce because we're in this fair value gap, and today it bounced. It went up. Um, Apple, we made money on Apple today. All right, we got on these puts. It's on a failed two down right here. We got to get above this fair value gap. We got to get above 276.40. So I'm gonna put Apple on a failed two down right here. See. Yeah, I'm gonna put Apple on a failed two down. All right. Oracle. Oracle, they might try to come up. This is a bullish reversal, 2-2 bullish reversal. I actually like Oracle tomorrow because we have no resistance. We have no liquidity areas. So I like Oracle tomorrow. Okay. 2-2 bullish reversal. Okay. Tomorrow. So if Oracle can get above 189.73, right? This is free game right here. Calls above 189.73. All right. Calls above 189.73 tomorrow for Oracle. Right? And they could retrace this candle. They could come back up to 197. I know that may sound crazy, but they can definitely make a nice move. If we go to the hourly, let's look at the hourly. Right? They get above higher days. Yeah, we got some room. Yeah, they could definitely come up there. All right. So that's Oracle. Let's go to AMD. AMD is on a failed two down. So I'm going to put them on there. Failed two down. AMD. Okay. Failed two down. Google. Google's on a failed two down. I feel like you can't really short Google too much. So 310, that is a ways to go. I'm gonna put them on there. Google failed two down. All right. I love this setup right here, minus this fair value gap on applied. Let me see the 30-minute. Yeah. I just don't like all of these areas of liquidity right here. So I'm not going to put that on there. Netflix. Netflix is on a failed two down. So I like them. Failed two down. Netflix. All right. Nvidia, they're on a 3-bar. I'm not going to really mess with Nvidia, honestly. Affirm had a crazy day today, y'all. So we got an order block up here at 77. They could reject that 74.70. So the move was really made, but this is a bullish engulfing right here. So I would really say you could put Affirm on your list tomorrow because we got a bullish engulfing. So they could come up to this order block, but they're up 11% today. They came from 65 all the way to 73. So they kind of made the move already. So I wouldn't chase this right here, honestly. Shopify is on a failed two down. They could come up right back up to 168. So I like this right here. So I'm going to put shop. Shop. Failed two down. We got Uber. Uber is on some BS. Let's see. Do you immediately enter a trade after the candle close, up or down? Because sometimes other doesn't get filled. So, okay. So let me answer y'all questions real quick, right? So Tesla got a mean double top incoming. Okay. So we'll look at Tesla in a minute. I entered on a dead week. Meta lost me. When you could play with size and options, it's a beautiful thing. With the 200 SMA, that's real. Yeah, Meta's definitely a mover, crazy mover. Niggas is trading shit pricey now. You really gotta watch the IV and spreads, also premiums. Yep. All right. On a dead week, yeah, it was a fake out. Okay. Oracle is so oversold. Yeah, they're definitely oversold. I think Oracle could definitely go crazy. All right, they was just at 330 2 months ago in September, right? Do you immediately enter a trade after the candle close up or down? Because sometimes my other doesn't get filled. I wait for the candle to close and then I look at the activity of the new candle, right? If I'm getting into calls and I see a candle closes, I'm not just gonna take entry because I understand that stocks pull back. So I'm gonna let it come down a little bit and bounce and test wherever it's supposed to test. And once it bounces off the test, that's when I'm gonna take my entry and ride it up. Okay. Or I'm gonna let it test and come up and let it take out the high of whatever candle, and then I'll take entry and then it'll go higher. So that's how I like to do it. It just depends on what time frame I'm looking at and stuff like that. All right. Since you're referring to what's your policy, okay. My biggest rule: don't short Google or Apple. Hey, for real, Mark Quinn. I don't mess with shorting Google. I will short Apple because Apple be coming down. Apple be coming down, but Google, I don't mess with Google shorts too much. Unless it's at all time highs and I see like a failed 2 up or a 3 bar, bearish 3 bar. But besides that, nope. Tesla sales and Cali news, they really got that drop. Yeah, so we'll look at Tesla. We'll look at Reddit. Hopefully Reddit moves up tomorrow. And coin is killing me. Do we trade SPY as much as IWM? Is there another admin? Yeah, it's one more admin up in there. We don't trade. We're not like a super heavy SPY trading community, but if you learn how to trade the strat, you can trade SPY, you can trade QQQ, you can trade whatever you want, right? My index of choice is going to be IWM because you can get the same type of moves, but they're cheaper, right? Listen, me personally, I'm a frugal guy, right? Even in my real life, I'm pretty frugal. So I'm always looking for I'm always looking for a deal, right? That's just me. So when I look at IWM, I understand it's an index. I understand it's for small cap stocks. So I'm like, if I go to SPY, I'm gonna have to go drop $90 to $100 and something dollars for 0 day expirations, right? And SPY is a lot more unforgiving. The rejections and the bounces are way more violent, right? But IWM, I could put $14 per contract, right? So for example, my small account, right? I took a trade in the small account today. I put $30 into a trade. I got like 14%. It was only like $4, but it was 14%. You see what I'm saying? And it was a low cost, right? So I personally like IWM. That's my index of choice. I do feel like everybody should have one index that they trade all the time. That's their go-to, right? And my of choice is IWM. Okay. Coin and Reddit. Listen, bro. Sometimes you gotta learn how to, you know what I'm saying, get up out of there, right? Them Reddit and Coinbase, those two stocks, a couple things I know about Reddit and Coinbase both. They make big moves. They got big spreads. Okay. So the spreads be wide and they make big moves. So if you in the wrong way, right? So we could go over coin, right? We could go over coin, but coin look like it's coming down some more, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Okay? I ain't even gonna lie to you. IWM's pullback pinch too. What you mean by that, Phoenix Flower? So let's look at Coinbase real quick. Because Uber ain't looking like nothing. Let's go to Coinbase real quick though. I'll look at CMSA in a minute. We'll look at coin. Let me finish these setups real quick. Um, so hymns fell two down. They could come up here, but I'm not really messing with hymns right now. Um, they look like they're trying to create a double bottom. Look at this downtrend, y'all. Look at how crazy they were all the way up here at $62. Now they came all the way down here, right? Then boom, now they're right here. So I think we could come back down as 33, create a double bottom, and then blast off, right? If we come back down here and I see bullish divergence, I'm gonna go long, right, on hymns, because ain't nobody thinking about hymns right now, and we're way under the 200 EMA, okay? Way under 200 EMA, right? She said, "Coin will rip your sock." Listen, listen. When I told y'all I lost $17,000, that was on Coinbase. My biggest loss was on Coinbase, right? Like for real. It was running crazy. I was up crazy, right? Cashed out, got back in, was so greedy, and then what happened? Yanked it down, and it didn't recover. And I got 3 months out, I think 4 months out, and it still wasn't gonna recover. You get what I'm saying? So it's like anything that I teach y'all, I'm teaching from real life experience, right? From real life experience. Coinbase, that's why you gotta listen. You gotta learn how to leverage out the money contracts when a stock is running, right? Don't listen. Just because a stock makes big moves, you gotta know when to trade that stock. You gotta pay attention to flow, right? Order flow, okay? Don't just trade a stock and get in a call because you saw it pull back, right? You got to really know when it's time to trade certain stocks, right? Tesla will too. People be like, why you don't trade Tesla? Man, listen, Tesla and Coinbase, those two, and I lost a lot of money with Microsoft before as well, but Tesla and Coinbase, it ain't even about that I lost money. I didn't like how they moved. Those stocks are strong and aggressive, right? I like stocks that I could predict a little bit more, right? And they're a little bit more stable, okay? Elon Musk is not stable and Tesla ain't either. Crypto ain't stable and neither is Coinbase, right? So they're volatile stocks. So you got to catch them when they are trending in your direction, all right? So Hims is just a solid marketing and branding company. Yeah, and they're direct to consumer, right? They're direct to consumer in the medical space. So yeah. But let's get back to these setups, like we do, right? Yeah, Adam. I'll be paying attention to it. Try to pay attention to it every day. How much are you down, motorcycle? If you don't mind sharing. All right. Palantir. Palantir looks like it's on an inverse head and shoulders. We got a bullish engulfing right here. So I actually like Palantir to the upside. Okay. Breakout. Okay. Carvana, Nike. So Tesla, they got a gap to fill down there. That's TSLL though, but SoFi look like they still want to come down. Honestly, even though they on the fail to they look like they still come down. Who else we got? Lyft look like they might try to come up off of this 2-1, but they could reject right here. So Lyft has a lot of things to break through to really start to go to the upside. Circle. Hey, and the next is coming real soon, Noah, like days away. All right. Circle is on a 2-1. So Circle could go up tomorrow. I don't really trade Circle, but this looks like a pretty decent setup right here. Okay. Is that 40% on both of them, or is that just in one of the trades? Because I know you said Reddit and You said Reddit and what you call it? Reddit and Coinbase. Amazon. Now I really like Amazon to the downside, y'all. Okay. I really like this setup right here. We got this fair value gap. We tried to come, we rejected, right? And we have no support here. So I like Amazon puts to the downside. Amazon 2-2 bearish continuation. All right. In phase. I don't day trade in phase like that. Core weave. Core weave. Meta. Oh yeah, Meta, they rejected off this fair value gap right here, so they got to really get above 663 tomorrow. What's up, Stefan? How you feeling? Lululemon fell to up right here. So Lulu could come down tomorrow if they get below 203. All right, so they got to get below 203. What else we got? What else we got? Okay. Okay, we're going to go over both of those motors, so just give me a minute. So Tesla, yeah, we might get some continuation tomorrow. It's all-time high, so just be careful for the rejection and pullback because Tesla's at all-time highs now. When it does pull back, it's going to be nasty, all right? So be on the lookout for that. Crowd looks like a great setup, honestly, but their spreads be like $150. So I don't know. You need a big move on CrowdStrike to really make sense. So yeah, Adobe. Ooh, Adobe. I like Adobe puts tomorrow. I like this setup. We got a, cause look, we got a 2 down, then we got a failed 2 up right here, right? And we got a, so I'm gonna say Adobe puts tomorrow. Adobe failed 2 up. All right. Yeah, that end phase is gonna print. It's gonna print. It's gonna print beautifully for you. SMCI, I'm done with them. PanW, VRT, they came down. I talked about this one yesterday as well. 212, right? Break below right here, take entry and you ride it down. They came down in 154 from 159. That's a $5 drop right there, y'all. All right. MRK. Celsius, App, Google, Marvell fell 2 down. AVGO, SoundHound, XYZ, Microsoft. Oh my goodness, the whole market got failed 2 downs. Delta Airlines is on a 3 bar. Bearish. I like this setup after this whole run up right here. So I'm gonna put Delta 3 bar. Okay. For Delta, 68. Calls below 70.13. I mean, puts below 70.13. All right. Puts below 70.13. All right. For Delta Airlines tomorrow, puts below 70.13. All right. I like this setup right here. This after this uptrend right here. Okay, look at this uptrend. Right? We came all the way from 55. Now we're at 71, right? So yeah, I like this setup right here. Puts below this after this uptrend right here a bearish 3 bar, right? So that's on my list. Puts below 70.13 for Delta Airlines. All right. Um, SMCI looks like a double bottom. Let's see, just looked at it. Um, uh, kind of. But it does have a liquidity grab right here. So it could start going up. They just got to get above 32.22. If they get above 32.22, then it's good money. All right. This is came a little bit lower. Let's see if that's showing bullish divergence. Let's see. So it's showing bullish divergence. Yeah, this is showing bullish divergence. So I might actually enter into some calls on SMCI because it's bullish divergence on a daily. So it could definitely it could definitely pop up and come up to $35, right? So so yeah, that looks smooth. DoorDash. I think DoorDash is getting ready to break out, y'all. Because all they're doing is consolidating in this area. We 4 likes away, y'all. So if you guys are tuning in, be sure to like this video. All right. Why is Amazon moving you? Do you mean moving me or moving up? Which one did you mean? Just want to make sure. But DoorDash, they really look like they're getting ready to go up because they've been consolidating in this area. They've been holding this area. They've been holding this range right here, right? So we got this right here. And then we got this right here, okay? So from 217 to 231. And then even like it's gotten a little tighter right here. So if they can get above 232, then they really gonna, blast off and go to 234 and then higher. But DoorDash looks like they're getting ready to go up. They're kind of flagging right here in this area. So pay attention to DoorDash, UAL, IBM, CRM, ANET. We done with them right now. GLD. Ooh, look. What we got, y'all? We got a failed 2 up, and then we got 2 bearish 1 candles, right? What does this mean right here, y'all? Tell me. If y'all been tuning in with me, what does this mean right here? What does this mean, y'all? We got a double inside candle on a daily on GLD after a failed 2 up. Talk to me in the comments. So we could come down tomorrow. We could come down to like 390. All right. We could come down to 390. All right. FedEx. FedEx. Exactly. Exactly, right? I don't know why Amazon is moving up. Possible major move. Exactly, right? So, yep. Yep. So I'm going to be paying attention to gold heavy tomorrow. LMT. So why don't we do this, y'all? All right. Why don't we do this? We're going to go back to gold right here. All right. So look, yeah, it's in the supply zone area right here. So look, we gonna do this together. All right. So we got 394.59 and we got 394.06. So this is what I'm gonna do. All right, we got 394.06 for gold. Let's go to the weekly. We are on a one candle right here. We do have this right here, right? This fair value gap on the weekly. So this is an area of liquidity, okay? So it could be a trap. All right? This could be a trap. So what I'm going to pay attention to on a daily time frame is this 394 level, all right? If we get below 394, then I like it to the downside. But I am going to pay attention to the weekly time frame to see if we bounce. So we could come down to about 392.85 and then bounce, or we could just break through and we could come to the downside. All right. So set your alerts for 394 for puts on GLD. Okay. If we get above 398.69, then we're gonna go higher. Okay. So 398.69 and 394. Okay. So we got puts below 394. Okay. And then we got calls above 398.69. All right, calls above 398.69. All right. That's what I see on GLD. Puts below here, calls above here. Now it looks like it could come to the downside because we got a failed two up, and then we got two one candles that are bearish, right? But there are consolidations, so they could go up too, right? So either way, it breaks. That's all that matters, right? Whichever way it breaks is where you take it. So calls above 398.69, puts below 394, and then take that ride in whatever direction. All right. Amazon partnered with Slope JPM so they can get even more people in credit. Hey, that's cold. That's cold right there. They be doing it too. Now we finally at UNH. All right. So we at UNH right now. All right. So let it load. So you zoom out. So as you can see, we at the neckline, right, of this inverse head and shoulders. We got the shoulder here, shoulder here. We got the neckline right here. So it does look good. You know what I'm saying? We're going to come up to 375 real soon. So yeah, we're going to see. All right. But right now it's at a pullback. So, I mean, this could be a good time to get in potentially, but I would wait until the week is over, like the end of the week, to really see how the weekly candle closes, okay? Because we're on a bearish one candle right now, and we're inside of this fair value gap. So we could really come down potentially next week, all right? So, yeah. So that's UNH. Let's look at the January, which one? January, 16 calls? January 16 calls on UNH. We got, what strike price? We got, oh wow, the 400 strikes are fucking, what? This don't make sense. Look at this, right? Hold up. Hold up. This is insane. This, I had to double take, right? Look at this right here. So these $400 calls with the 30,000 open interest is $45, right? $45. Okay. That is insane. We got 13,000 open interest all the way at $430 strike price, right? That's crazy. That's a crazy amount of open interest. That is a crazy amount of open interest right there, right? That's very cheap. I've never seen UNH that cheap. I know it's out of the money, but still, like, that's insane, right? I'm damn near about to just go get into him tomorrow, go throw a couple $100 in there just because. Why wouldn't I do that with an inverse head and shoulders with 30,000 open interest and the calls are only, you know, man, let me look at the chart again, see where the order block is at. They saying 430 is the order block. Oh my goodness. Because we do have a, man, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't. That's looking insane right there. We might have to take that one. We might have to take that one. Yeah. Um. Yeah, them and Oscar will skyrocket. Yeah, I mean, shit, it's possible for sure. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, nothing is off limits in the stock market, right? Here's another thing too, y'all. Right? I want you guys to understand. Let's say it's December 25th and things still ain't blasted off. Here's what I need you guys to understand, and here's what I learned about the stock market. She said, "Same for real, right?" Listen, hey, everybody got a little gambler in them, all right? I don't care. Listen, if you a trader, everybody got a little gambler, right? I try to be disciplined and stuff, but listen, 30,000 open interest, $50. Come on now. Stop playing with me, right? But all right, Best B. Yeah, I know it's kind of late. Um yeah, I know it's kind of late. But yeah, and then Coinbase motorcycle. So Coinbase, man, um let's see. So this is why I say I think Coinbase is going to be coming down some. I know you don't want to hear that, but I got to keep it real with you, right? So look at this, right? If you look at the daily, it looks like it's coming to create a double bottom. And so in order for it to create a double bottom, it has to come down here to 239, right? And then we're on a 2-1, right? A 2-1 bearish continuation setup. So if we break above 256, then it could come up, but it could reject at 260 because we got this fair value gap, which is the area of liquidity, right? If we get below 250 tomorrow and we're already at 252, this thing could come right back down to 246 and then lower, right? So this, nothing about this looks bullish, right? So that's why I think that it's gonna be coming down. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, it just don't look bullish if I'm keeping it real. All right. TSM, it did come down to that 282, like I talked about um, on the watch list, right? Came down to 282, y'all. All right. Who remembers me saying that TSM is coming down to 282? Who remembers? All right. Who remembers? MU. Um, okay, they came down today. Who else we got? UPE. All right, he said Boyle. Let's see what Boyle is. BOIL. Shit. They all the way. They in a demand zone right here. So we got this. We got this demand zone right here, right? So they could bounce and go crazy. Um, this is a ridiculous downtrend though. I hope you've been riding puts to the downside from 39 all the way down to 24. This is an insane downtrend. Not one green candle. I wouldn't touch this. It's too many sellers. We don't have no buyers for this stock, right? So natural gas, that's insane. Um, if you zoom out though, man, yeah. Like you could long it, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't touch this, honestly. Cause it's just no. There's no upside momentum. If it breaks lower, then it could definitely come lower, but it hasn't broke this level in a long time, right? If you zoom out, we are at, is this 52-week lows? Yeah, this is 52-week lows, right? We're at 52-week lows. So I haven't done any research on this stock or anything, but it came all the way from, oh my goodness, look at this. This stock, what the hell? This is insane right here. This is ridiculous. Y'all see this? It was all the way at $3,700. Look at this. Look at this. It's been all the way down for 2 years. This shit was at 14,000. Yo, y'all be interested in some interesting ass stocks. I will tell you. I will tell you guys. When y'all be saying certain stocks and I'll be looking at them, I'll be like, how do y'all, what makes y'all interested in these stocks? Because this thing was all the way at 91,000. This got to be a future. This is insane, right? So now we're all the way over here, which is at 25 bucks. So yeah, I wouldn't really mess with it, right? I would not mess with it. Hey, Alchemist for real. That's how Alibaba be looking. That's why I don't mess with it. That's why I don't mess with it. Hey, Noah, I'll do SPX when you start posting your SPX profits since you trading SPX every day now. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Don't never share the wins. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Come on, how we supposed to be? We work together. You know what I mean? What's up with that, Noah? What's up with that, Noah? Joy said, "Can you check out Terra?" So Joy, it was a great trade. You ain't post your profits in the profits tab, Joy? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all see how y'all be doing the Prosperity Collective? Y'all see how y'all be doing this? Come on, y'all. Right? What we got? Tilray. I'm looking at Tilray right now. Okay, let's see. Tilray. So they could reject at 1473 tomorrow, and then they could reject at 1511. If they don't reject, I think they're going to come up to about 16 to 17. And that's where they could probably reject inside of this equilibrium zone right here for Tilray. All right. But yeah, let's look at SPX real quick. And then Reddit, I got you. He said you got me on that one. I know. You know what I mean? Look, we don't even be seeing you up in there. And he talking about, can I go over SPX? So you could go make money and then not share it with us? Come on, dog. You know what I mean? If you in a Prosperity Collective, man, one thing that I ask y'all on some real stuff is share some of y'all profits, right? I ain't trying to pocket watch. I don't really care. I just want y'all to share that because those results based on you trading and you learning how to trade, right? It helps. You see what I'm saying? When new people come in and they can see those wins, they like, damn, this shit is really possible, right? So please, y'all, post y'all profits in the profits tab, okay? Okay, Noah, you in Omaha, Nebraska, right? You see? Oh yeah, Reddit and J and J. Thank you for the reminding me. I did tell you I was gonna go over J and J. So let's look at J and J real quick. All right, so J and J. Oh, that's a bearish 2-2 reversal. Um, but it is well, it did touch 2-6, basically 216, right? And it came down to 208. Damn, that's a big drop. So let's see why it dropped. Boom. So it's at all-time highs, right? Jamila. Yes, at all-time highs. So look, Jamila, let me break this down for you, Jamila. All right. So Jamila, when you see how much were you up in J and J? When you see a stock at all-time highs and you're up substantially, don't hold the bag for more. Okay? Listen, y'all. The market that we are in, do not hold the bag for too long. You have to learn how to be happy with your 80%, 100%, whatever it is. Okay? Do not hold the bag. So now we on a 2-2 bearish reversal. We're inside of a fair value gap, so we could bounce. But what if we come lower? Anytime you're at all-time highs, you're in never, never land. You're in no man's land. It ain't going to keep going up forever, right? What's up, X marks the spot? I like that name. X marks the spot, right? So if you guys are at all-time highs and you're in a trade and it's going, you need to learn how to take profits, secure profits, and then re-enter with a small sliver of your profits so that you're not giving it back, okay? But we are sitting at all-time highs on J and J. You should have took those profits, okay? Like, seriously, you gotta take the profits. All right, Jamila? So yeah, it dropped. It was this based on the strat. That's a 2-2 bearish reversal. So now tomorrow you got to see if it breaks below low of days of today, right? So yeah, so that's J and J, and then we got Reddit, and then we got SPX real quick. SPX, boom. So they look like SPX look like they coming down. This looks like a layup tomorrow. I might trade them tomorrow. I don't even be trading them like that, but this looks crazy. Failed to up. If they break below 67.56, 92, you enter in the puts and you could ride it all the way down here to 65.35. All right. Yeah, SPX they look like they coming down. All right. Yeah, they look like they coming down for sure. All right. And then Reddit. Reddit, they look like they coming up. All right. They just got to get above 240.84, but they look. Oh, that's on a monthly. My bad. Let's go to the daily. Oh, Reddit should be coming up. They just got to get above 226.56. If Reddit could get above 226.56 tomorrow, then it should be coming up. But tomorrow, what I would say with Reddit is how you want to play this is you're gonna have to pay attention to it because it could come up and then it could reject, right? So this is another one that I wouldn't be trying to hold on to. I would, take profits. If it pops up in the morning time, right, then I would get out, right? Even if it's at break even, okay? Because if you break even, you still won because you was just down 12%. You see what I'm saying? So Reddit looks like it's coming up. SPX on the monthly Look, hold on. Look, SPX. Oh yeah, I was on a monthly. My bad. On a daily. Yeah, that was an accident, y'all. 68.19. Okay. Um, 68.19 above. They on a failed two down, but it's a very small body of the candle. So they could come down, but we got this fair value gap. We got a lot of buyers here, so it's looking like we could be coming up. So if you get above 68.19, 30, then calls and it could come up to 68.59, 69. Okay. So SPX, it looks like it could be coming up, but to me, it's not as convincing because that body is almost invisible. Okay. So yeah. But I don't really trade SPX. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, right? I'm not the type that's gonna like try to lie and make it seem like I do everything. I'm very vocal about what I do, right? So I be messing with IWM, okay? Um, I've been buying at 160 and selling at 520. Okay, can you look at SoFi? I still have January 9th calls. I like the way you mark your charts. Thank you. X marks the spot. You do that hitting for 3,000%. Can't post images here. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Taking it for sure. Best time to buy is the end of the day. Trail up phase because prices. Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert on SPX because I don't really trade it. So I know some people do, but I don't. Um, yeah, but I mean, I feel like man, people be sleeping on IWM, so I'll let them sleep. You know what I'm saying? Um, do I play inverse tickers? Sometimes, like SQQ or VIX, right? If the market is like dropping, and SQQ is going up, I'll trade calls on SQQ. Um, and if the market is done dropping, then I'll get some SQQ puts. Or if I know that we're about to get a crazy drop, then I'll get some SQQ calls. Right. Another thing that you could do with like SQQQ is when they're around like $10, $12, you could just buy shares, buy shares, buy shares. Right. And then when the stock market does drop, whenever it does, because you have shares, there's no expiration date, it'll pop up to like $18, $20, maybe $22. And depending on how much the market drops, you can already be in your position, and then you can, sell when it pops up. Okay, so that's something that you could do. What do y'all think about going long on Lyft over 19? Yeah, I think Lyft is solid. I think Lyft is solid. Lyft is definitely smooth. I've rinsed and repeated them quite a few times, right? I be doing 0 days on IWM. We be smacking them every day for at least 20, 30% within a couple minutes, right? And if we could get a trendy move, 100% easy. 150%, 200%. Boil and cold are inverse tickers. Check it out. Yeah, we looked at Boil earlier. I ain't messing with that. Do you ever grab a call on QQQ and put on TQQ for days like, no. I don't want to say it's pointless. I just don't do it. Listen, on day to days, I'm trading indexes all day, right? I'm trading indexes all day, right? Um, so FOMC, CPI, all those, anytime we got data or an announcement from the news, economic, anything, those indexes are going to go crazy every single time. So you could get 1, 2, 300% with ease, right? Last week on FOMC, IWM went crazy. It hit all-time highs and just went stupid. You got to get in. Yeah. With IWM, I'm done with IWM before like 45 minutes. The best moves on IWM be coming I would say within the first hour of the market. Sometimes you'll get that first 30 minutes. Sometimes IWM will trend all day, right? It will trend all day sometimes. Um, who else? SQQ is 71. It had a reverse stock split. Oh shit! I did not know that. What the hell? Hold on. Did it? That's crazy. Yo, thank you for that, Sean. See, I don't be paying attention to them that much, but I remember when they were like $14, $10. But hey, thanks for that information, Sean. Do you trade in the money, at the money? Um, I trade so with IWM, I will trade slightly out the money. Um, I don't trade in the money as much as I used to. When I first started, I was always trading in the money because I was being safe. But I always say the more you study, the less you worry. The more I studied, the less I started worrying, and I stopped being afraid of out the money contracts and also, at the money. So if I'm trading IWM, um, like, look, right? Let me show you guys the options chain, right? So if I'm trading IWM, okay, right? So we got IWM, right? So this is December 6th. So this was today. Let's go to tomorrow for the 17th, right? So at the money is $100, right? If IWM is at 249 and I think that it's gonna go to 251, I'll get like the 252s or the 251s, right? If I get the 252s, I'll go a little heavier, and if I go to 251s, I'll go a little bit lighter, right? Um but I'll get like two levels out of the money on IWM when I'm trading in. The same thing with puts, right? About two levels, right? 2 to 3 levels out of the money. Depends on what move I'm looking at. Am I at the beginning of the trend and the end of the trend or whatever, right? If I'm trading a regular stock, I'm going to trade out of the money contracts, right? If I'm trading a regular stock, I'm going to trade out of the money contracts because, all right, Alchemist, yeah, I don't know how we ended up this late. I'm on the West Coast, so it is 7:30, but yeah, I trade out of the monies on regular stocks because I always say you need to know what move you're looking for, right? Like how big is the move that you're looking for? That's gonna dictate the strike price that you can get, right? So so yeah, I like out of the monies. Less. Some people say it's higher risk, but when you're not putting a whole bunch of money up, it's actually less risky. Um, and you're not going to freak out. Now, the delta is lower and the theta is a little higher, but when you understand what you're doing, you can make more money. Okay? So yeah, they did it recently. I think people probably prevent people from doing covered calls that use it. Oh, okay. That makes sense. But yeah, y'all, it's been almost 2 hours. All right. So I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna hop off. Listen, if you want to, come join the Discord. Come trade with us tomorrow, on Thursday, on Friday, and every other day, right? Come learn the strap method. Come learn how to change your life. All right. If you want to book a one-on-one, book a one-on-one. Everything that you need is the link is in the description of this video. Okay. Like I say in every video, make sure you get up out your head, go get into this world because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right. And also, like I always say, the more you study, the less you worry. All right. I appreciate that, Lazier. Right? Yeah. I enjoy this, man. I enjoy, talking the stock market, getting ready for the day. So everybody is ready tomorrow. All right. So everybody should be making money. We're going to come back tomorrow and we're going to celebrate all of the wins. All right. So I'm going to tap in with you guys tomorrow. Be sure to tap in with me. Come join the Prosperity Collective. Come trade with us tomorrow. Let's get this money. All right. You guys have a great night. And I'm going to holler at you guys tomorrow. All of y'all stay smooth, man. Peace.